Hey Taurus, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for November 12th, 2025. This is for Taurus. Last shuffle for Taurus. Let's see what's going on. So Taurus, what we have is stuck energy. Yeah, I kind of feel stuck. The honoring path. It feels like Spirit is putting you. This looks like a delay, like a slowdown, like a delay, right? To see what you're gonna do. Spirit is. It looks like you're surrounded by a lot of love, loving, like a lot of love around you. You know, Spirit wants to see what you really, or wants you to see what you really want to do. Sometimes with the Page of Swords, there's a confusion. Not necessarily. I mean, because the Page of Swords is usually quite quiet, like a very quiet energy. All eyes and ears, no mouth. I mean, every so often, I feel like the Page of Swords asks questions for clarity, but stay straight to the point. And Spirit's like, with this energy, it's like, what is Taurus going to do? What would Taurus want to do? Right? You got a new opportunity in front of you. It looks really, really happy. Looks optimistic. It looks positive, and they're showing that the honoring path here, the intention with the King of Cups and the Four of Wands. You may be trying to make it seem like you got it all figured out. You're all okay. I'm okay. Things are good. I'm good, because the honoring path usually is about, it's more of an external. The intention is to make sure that I am favorable, right, in some way, or because the Four of Wands is really positive. It feels like everything's up to you at this point. They're giving that it's all up to you. So it almost looks like they're just putting you in a scenario, sitting you down in a scenario, and then what does Taurus want to do? You have a new opportunity in front of you. It's almost like you're being kind of like, you may feel interrogated a little bit, and it may not be that people are asking you questions. You might feel like, I'm finally getting the opportunity that I want, but what do you really want? Do you choose the same old thing, or do you go towards new? And I feel that a lot of what you're meant to be, who you're meant to be around, everything about what's meant for you at this point is different from what you would usually do. You know what I mean? Like, if you're like on a date, say you're dating at this point, they're like, stop going for the same kind of people that you go for. That's not where you'll find the love you're looking for, right? I've met people who are like, I'm just really attracted to a certain color hair, or you know what I mean, or a certain style of dress, or I like that kind of style, or I like this profession. And a lot of times you may not realize that the profession, maybe even the energy that comes with the style, or maybe the culture, is completely incompatible with what your soul's purpose and whatnot. You know what I mean? And so you may be like, I can't find a good guy, or a good girl, and I'm picking the same, but you're going to the same places. You're choosing the same type. And they're like, this type is just not for you. It may be attractive, but the person that you're meant for, or the place that you're meant to be, going to be different than what you would usually say I'd go for. Like, say you're somebody, I've met someone who said they only like to work in restaurants. They were like, I only want to work in restaurants. I only ever want to serve. I only ever want to do this or that. And then they tried something completely different and they loved it more. I mean, it's just whatever. That's what they're throwing out here. So I'm just giving you all the different scenarios. They want you to let go of feeling guilty about wanting to be close but also needing space. Let go of whatever that is. If you're in that space right now, then they want you to really, it's almost to say, speak your truth. Not to the, I mean, not like, oh, I don't want to be bothered with anybody, but I do want you to be around just in case. Not that, but um, spend some time either journaling, I would say. Spend some time really speaking your truth, maybe to your own self, because they're giving off like this canary energy, the yellow, canary yellow, and the birds. And I feel, yeah, don't worry about how anyone else feels about how what you're going through, how you feel, or anything. You can't, because all it does is throw you off. You know what I mean? They have their own lives to direct and figure out, right? You want the best for them. You want them to be happy. I see that too. But you need to do, you need, they need to do it their own way. And they want you to be the example of what love is, like you already are. I think that's the best way to put this. Some of you need to understand that people don't do things, no matter what you have been or what you have done. They don't, it's not your fault. It's about their path and how they choose to walk. Free yourself of guilt, the burden of this responsibility in some way, because it's not for you to take on. Someone needs to know that your love. I see someone who is the epitome of love. But it's not like, you know what I mean. Like, when I could say, for me, for sure, when someone does me really bad, and I've actually been done really really bad, at certain points in my life, and I was just like, I took it in as it was my fault. What could I have done differently? Maybe I'm a bad person, kind of thing. I really went hard on myself, and realized that it had nothing to do with how good you were or weren't. I felt, of course, I'm a Leo. I think I'm perfect, right? I'm joking, but I'm just saying, right? Almost everyone, we don't blame ourselves. We're like that. They messed up. They lost out on a good thing. But for me, I was like, I must have said or done something. I tried to, be whatever I needed to be in situations that was in. But at the same time, you realize, even if you do all the things, right? You may find this out if you continue to deal with a certain person, or continue to be in the place, like if you're going to work and it's happening at work, or this is your home life with your family, or your significant other. You will find that sometimes you could do, like, if you keep giving them chances, you'll find, I did everything this time. I did what they said. It will not matter. They still have their own path. You can't worry about it. It's not something you did or didn't do. And I don't know why I'm getting that message, but that's what this is saying. Today, I am filled with energy and overflowing with joy. I think you should say this to yourself, right? And angel number 3333 is here, and that's about how the problems that you've been dealing with are going to go away. They're gone. Your guardian angels are encouraging you to maintain a positive outlook on your life, because your luck is about to change. If you felt like you were going through bad luck, right? It's time for you to be be the inspirational personality that you are. But keep in mind that no matter how inspirational you are, someone's got to pick up what you're laying down. You know what I mean? They have to choose to pick that up. Friends and colleagues, the Hermit and Page of Cups. These would be people maybe that you worked with, that are friends. but somehow they're wearing, both hats. Like, we're friends, aren't we? And you're just like, you're my boss, but okay. this this is people in your space who would give you space. They need space themselves. If you're saying, well, I can't really, I don't want to talk to them, I just want to come to work, I have nothing to say, I don't know. And if you're employed, that would be something there. It seems like they would, that people want to give you space, but they will imagine the worst, and you can't worry about that either. They have a lot of fears themselves, and they're going to be kind of creative. But I'm also seeing that many of the people around you, your friends and such, are they're creative. Like, they imagine that you're happy. I mean, some of them may be like, I mean, what's with Taurus? I mean, what's with, but not in a bad way. More like, you know, it's spirits like, don't worry about it. They're gonna imagine that you're doing something and you're happy doing it. But there may be somewhat of a, well, how come they don't want me to be involved kind of a, and so, you know, joyous fun, Ace of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. Your energy is meant to be like, listen, I'm leaving something behind that doesn't work for me anymore. Maybe it's a person, place, thing, whatever. I'm leaving it behind so that I can get what I really, really want. And there's a new life ahead of you, or a new opportunity ahead of you, some kind of new something. You're not going to want to let it go. They're showing you being someone who's going to be like, this is for me, whatever it is. Year of the Rat could be important in this also. This speaks of someone who's really, really cautious. I feel like you're a very cautious person, and so Spirit may be making you sit somewhere. So if you feel like your life is being delayed for any reason, you're being sat down so you can see it. Like, they're like, no, they'll just breeze by. Make them sit there until they look up. And don't call tourists. Don't call their name. I know they're next on the list, but don't call them until they see, or read the document and sign it and initial it there, and whatever. Um, Year of the Rat speaks of that energy with you, but yeah, they want you to focus. Yeah, basically that's it. That's all I'm seeing there. Angel number, I mean, not angel number, Lord. I already told you 3333, right? Year of the Rat would be a year when maybe something significant happened, started, or years you were born, or people connected to this situation were born. That would be year 2020, 2008, 1996, 84, 72, 60, 48, 36, and 24. Right? So you could be dealing with a Gemini, a Virgo, a Pisces, or another Taurus. You could be a Taurus Gemini cusp. I'm seeing Virgo Libra cusp as well. Libra Scorpio, Gemini Cancer. Aquarius and Pisces cusps. Cancer Leo cusp. Leo Virgo cusp. If you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.